Maya Millete's sister-in-law was back on the stand today on day 11 of Larry Millete's murder trial. Larry's wife Maya disappeared in January of 2021. 10 months later, Larry was arrested and he has been in custody since then. No cameras are allowed in court during the trial, but News 8's Jenny Day has been covering it and joins us live from the South Bay Courthouse with what was heard on testimony today. Jenny?
So, Marcella, to give you some context, Maya had moved in with her brother and this sister-in-law, Genesis Tabalanza, who is testifying, about 7 months before Maya disappeared. She had stayed with them for a few weeks, saying that she just needed some time away from Larry. She then moved back in with Larry the day that he found out she was having an affair.
The Millete murder trial continued Thursday with a picture of this white truck. Maya's sister-in-law saying Larry had tracked Maya's location by hiding their daughter's phone in her car, and that's when he discovered Maya was having an affair, finding her with a man she worked with in this truck in June of 2020. Prosecutors allege Maya was killed in January of 2021. Here's what the sister-in-law had to say during the preliminary hearing and again today.
He asked Jamie, "What are you doing here in this vehicle with my wife?" And then May just looked surprised and started crying.
Genesis testified Larry talked to her about reporting the affair to the Navy, their employer, so that Maya is fired and he gets custody of the kids. Several other text messages were shown in court between Genesis and Larry, emphasizing his growing desperation to save his marriage. He frequently writes, "I'm panicking Maya's going to leave." She tries to comfort him. Then Larry responds, "Real friends help you move dead bodies." Genesis said in court Maya then came to her, looked her in the eye, and said, "Stop answering Larry's calls." Again, here is her previous testimony.
"This is it. I'm going to file for divorce. And if something happens to me, it would be Larry."
Jurors also craned their necks to see this photo as Genesis went on to say she tried to steer Larry away from spellcasters and witchcraft. A text from him saying, "If they can help, I'm willing to sell my soul." The defense's argument is really just that Larry loved her, he didn't want her dead, and he was willing to do anything to save their marriage.
Now, there are even texts from Larry saying that he would rather share Maya than be apart. They also got back into this poisonous plant that Larry had asked Genesis about, hemlock, that apparently is deadly but not detectable. Well, Genesis testified that she all along thought it was Larry asking for himself because he was depressed, and certainly not ever for Maya. Court resumes on Monday. Live in Chula Vista, Jenny Day, News 8.
Thanks so much, Jenny. Day 11 of this trial. And again, you say a 3-day recess, and then we will hear more testimony on Monday.